Hey everybody, and welcome back to another new game to the channel. This time we are checking out The King is Watching. Now on Steam, this game is tagged as RTS Dark Fantasy base building, but it's also a roguelike game where you build a kingdom and try to get it to survive as long as possible and do upgrades via meta progression through that. If you guys want to check out more of the game, you can find the link down below, but we are going to check out a little bit of it today. If you want to see more of it, liking, commenting, it does help out the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome, glad to have you here. If you enjoy the content, consider subscribing. It does help me out a ton. And then lastly, I like to do this every new episode just in case. If you guys want to support me in any other way, we have the memberships down below. There is no pressure to join them. There's nothing you're going to miss by joining them. It's just an extra way to support me. Now, let's go ahead and jump into the game and check out what we have here. So let's go and play. So like I said, this is a roguelike base builder and it does have some elements of, well, you can see here, I'm assuming we're just going to give it to Flower. I'm going to give it to, oh man, choices already. Give this man right here. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. So who wants to be next to become part of the Floral Kingdom? There you go. Enjoy. We'll do the warrior next and then this guy. Oh, that is wide something right there. Okay, anyway, moving on. That was certainly a way to start the game. Welcome to your kingdom, your majesty. The kingdom stands ready, though much remains to be built. Let's proceed to your tower. There are matters most urgent to attend to. All right, so let's go into, I guess it just says prepare at the tower. Should this be your first time, I recommend starting with a tutorial. It will provide all the guidance you need to rule wisely. Now, I've seen some of this game, but I have not seen enough just because I knew I was going to make a video on it. So yes, I'm going to do the tutorial for your sake as well. So all right, we have the guy with ears here. He is, I'm sure he's a good listener. Welcome to your kingdom, greetings king. I'm Gustav, your loyal advisor. I'm here to remind you how to manage your kingdom. Water, strong economics, build a strong empire. To start off, build a couple of wells that produce water, which is essential for basic production. All right, so let's go and put some wells down. And I have seen what this game is in terms of when you have this little thing. It's going to explain it to us, but I'm going to go explain it for you. You have this little thing, and whatever, this is your watch. This is what you're watching over your kingdom. And whatever you're watching is what is active. So let's just go and put it down and see it in action. I'm just going to put a well, I don't know, those tend to be in the middle. King's Gaze. Your kingdom depends on your supervision. Only buildings within the area of your gaze work. So yep, just like I said, you can move the rotate with both mouse buttons. So just left click, right click. And easy enough. So if we're here, you can see that it's moving. And even if I pick it up, it's still moving as long as it's in my gaze. So that's kind of cool. I don't know what it wants me to do now. I could put down another well if I want to. And you know what? Sure, we'll put another well. We'll gather some more water. Why not? We can also see that we're wearing some kind of funky element here. Amulet, not element. Also, our king is King Baldwin. Moral effects. Increases damage dealt by all units 1% morale. Morale, I wonder. This will show us in our a little bit. I think it's right here. Yep, that unhappy face. Perfect. Wheat. Now that your wells have brought enough water, it's time to place a wheat field. Sure thing, we can do that. So we'll put a wheat field there. And I'm sure there's going to be this. So this is kind of like a puzzle element too, as well. You know, obviously we're working within these land plots that we have here. Looks like we also have a tree. I'm not entirely sure if they get bonuses from being next to each other. I'm sure we'll find that out. Timeline. You're doing great, my king. Ruling the kingdom is not only about growth of the economy, but also defending against enemies. We know that goblins have planned raids on your castle, and you can view them on the timeline. Yeah, we can see here, enemy forces, enemy forces, enemy forces, and then finally prophecy. Goblin bandits, we get some denarii, some wood, a militia camp apparently, and a prophecy. All right, recurring peasants, or recruiting peasants. You can recruit any skilled troops yet, so arm your peasants for now. Construct a peasant hut and recruit a couple of them. Note that recruitment cost is listed at the building tooltip. So we can pause. We have a pause button. We have our different speeds up here, of course. Small peasant's hut, we have one peasant, and that takes away 8 wheat. So we need to make sure we have wheat. So let's go ahead and do, let's just put a wheat field there. So we want to kind of get some more wheat there. We'll get some water and wheat at the same time. Once I have enough wheat, which we are, oh, we have way too much wheat actually. We're doing great on wheat. All right, hang on, whoa, chill. We want to actually have a peasant hut. So what do we need for that? I need water. So yeah, let's put that back on the water because we definitely need more of that. All right, so we're back at water. We need 24, I think it said. Nope, still not enough. We need 30. Never mind. I'm a liar. I don't know what putting it over that is yet. So let's go and hover. Doesn't tell me. Okay. Tile seal cursed. Improvements on this tile suffer a 25% debuff, so we don't want it on there. So I'm going to rotate, and we're going to hire some peasants like that. We can hire up to 2, and we're going to need more than 2. So we're going to gather water so we can actually gather more for our peasants hut because that is what we need. And it's gone up because of that. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we can rotate and say, hey, let's hire some more militia there. But we are halted, I believe, on that. Yeah, we don't have enough wheat. So really, we have to go over here, gather more wheat. And it looks like to get some more, we're going to need 21. Oh, wow. Okay, no, we need 8 per. Yeah, 8 per. So let's go ahead and get to where we have, like, you know, enough to gather enough. peasants. So, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. That's enough. That's like enough for 5 peasants, as long as the cost doesn't go up. So we can see that we have 8. So the goblin is coming through, but we have a peasant that came out, and we completed our first one. So we have denarii and a market. Rewards. You have received rewards for defeating the wave. Claim them. So we have denarii, a market. So what does the market do? The market sells selected resources while active. Faster trading. Boosts production by 25%. Each active market provides 5 morale. Okay. So I definitely do want that. We don't want some wood. Let's go ahead and get some, what can we do here? We do a forester there, but we can gather wheat and wood. Or we could do there. So I think I'm going to do a forest there, maybe a forest here. And then that way we can gather wheat and forestry as well. So gold doesn't grow on trees unless you tax them. You can get a gold by selling resources at the market. Your next priority should be gathering enough materials to build it, which is why we built the forest. So I'm going to gather enough peasants here. We are down to 25. Let's just go ahead and stack these guys up until we have enough of them. We can see that the markers are going. I think that should be good. Okay, so we're maxed out on that. Good for troop capacity. So if we do need to get troops quickly, that's why we put those two next to each other. But right now we're going to gather wood and wheat here. So I'm going to let that gather for a second. And then hopefully we can build a market relatively soon. So we're at 40. We need some wheat as well, which is a good thing I built those next to each other because, well, we need both of those. Which it looks like they're probably going to finish roughly around the same time. We're going to get our wheat first and then our logs. All right, so there we go. Now, where do I want our market? You have everything required for your market. You should build it now. But where do we want it, though? That's the question. I'm going to build it next to the well because that makes sense to me. The market is complete. Good job. To start selling, you need to choose a type of resource that you're going to sell. Right now, you only have wheat to sell. Open the management menu and select wheat icon. Okay, so we'll open the management menu, wherever that may be. I'm going to figure that out real quick. Yep, there it is. Nope, that is not. That's our troops. Where is our management menu? Oh, okay, our management menu is literally just right here. So we have trade 1-to-1. We'll do that. Also, what is going on with our king here? Did he just get hit in the face, or is that, just saying we built something? Anyway, do I want to put more wheat here? Have a wheat field going on? Is this enough for wood? I mean, we could have enough wood to sell. We have 2 of each, so let's do that for right now. The way I've built things are probably not optimal at the moment, but it is fine. We are gathering wheat. We are gathering wood. We can see down here our resources. We probably should go back to gathering water because we are low in water, so I'm going to do that while also accumulating wheat because we are selling wheat at a 1-to-1 rate at the moment. So we're okay on wood. We can gather some more later, but right now we're kind of good on our resources at the moment. So I'm going to kind of leave it as is. We're going to kind of manage our peasants here, making sure they're good. We have our first wave coming in. So this is why I like to say the game has it tagged as RTS, which it kind of is. It is real time, but it is more of an auto battler. You're not managing much. I can't hover over these guys and control them, So that is why I say this is more of a auto battler to an extent. Also, these guys are getting absolutely not decimated, but ignored is the better question. It looks like we're about to have our village razed by fire. We're 74. Let's go ahead and gather some wood here. Because we are good on every other resource. And I think this might be the part of the tutorial where we say, hey, it's time to move on. Your castle walls have received damage. Keep them intact if you don't want goblins to get inside. Since here's our health. And we actually did it. So we have archery, iron mine, and denarii. Okay, we'll gather all those. So what do we need for archery? We need iron. We need iron, wood, and gold. I'm going to put the iron mine down here. And then we'll rotate like that. And then we'll do that because we need wood and iron. We need gold as well, so we need to sell. Let's go and read here. You have received archery. Some proper troops will be useful right now as raids are getting tougher. Let archers shower the enemies with arrows while the peasants do the up-close negotiations. Yeah, that's what we call it. Up-close negotiations, not, lambs to the slaughter. All right, so I'm going to wait for this to complete here. We also need to gather our gold, which, ooh, I actually have to work the market to make the gold. It's not passive, right? Everything is the king's watch. This should have gone here. I don't think I can move it either. Okay, so that's a lesson learned already. So let's go ahead and gather our iron, and then we'll move over here, and we'll gather our gold, and then we'll get the archery built when we have all those resources. All right, so we have just reached our limit on the archery, so let's go and put them here so we can actually, hire anything if we need to. Barracks, once you recruited a sizable army and reach the unit limit, you might want to get rid of weaker units to reorganize your troops. Click Management in the Army tab. All right, so this is where we get rid of units. So we say, hey, we don't want, we want 2 archers, 2 peasants. So here you can see all the troops that you have recruited. You can order units to go in the barracks, where they won't be able to participate in fights. This is useful when you wish to hire new, stronger troops, but don't have space in your army. The troops in the barracks can be let out later and serve as your backup army. All right, so we can say we have barracks. Let's put 2 of these guys back for right now. What do we need for an archer? So we need wheat and gold, which we don't. We have wheat, we just don't have gold at the moment. So let's go ahead and we could say we could have a wheat field here, which I think is going to be fine. So we can do that. And we can gather wheat and sell it at the same time. And then we can use that as our archer. So it's kind of like an infinite loop situation going on here, which is, you know, it works out in our favor wholeheartedly. But it's like I said, it's 1-to-1, but it's still doing fine until I move it off there and we're not gathering gold anymore. But yeah, once the, we need to iron. Oh no, that's to next build cost. Okay, we're building an archer. We actually have a couple archers coming out, which is good. I will say one thing that I did realize is that we actually get to upgrade our gaze size here. So we need to have 20 or 60 gold and 60 wheat. So we're gonna make sure we do that. If we can upgrade that, we can have like another wheat farm here and gather a lot. We can see our archers are doing good work. Actually, that's a goblin archer. I thought that was my own archer. It is not. And we looks like we also want to get more peasants out here. So let's go ahead and let's do that. All right, so now we have the crystal mine and the magic school. We have 10 denarii and a spell. All right, so we have ground fire. Burns enemies that pass through it. Multiple fires do not stack. Damage per second 30 and duration 6 seconds. This is important that they imply that fires do not stack. That's important because sometimes you could stack those into these games and absolutely decimate your enemies. Banish some of your troops to be banished from the world for 6 seconds. That will return with 6 crystals per unit. I'm gonna go with ground fire just because that seems like it's gonna be a reliable source of just getting damage over time. We have a crystal mine and a magic school. Here's our spells. Looks like you've received a spell. Some of them can drastically change the tide of battle or give bonuses. Drag and drop them into the battlefield when the opportunity arises. Spell production. You can produce your own spells with buildings that you have just received. Okay. So looks like, yeah, we need spell. Okay, so we do need, do we need to cast them? I thought there was going to be a cost for them. So crystals, source of magic energy, extracted by basic and established production buildings. Okay. So the magic school generates those. And illusion of choice boosts spell production by 25%. So it makes new spells for us, I think. Okay. So we can do that if we want to. I don't know how I feel about that yet. I'm assuming we can actually destroy these buildings and get more space later on. So what I need to focus on now is getting a new archer and maybe... Actually, we do have new peasants. We could actually say, hey, put a peasant back. Yeah, so we'll do that. And we'll move this back because I want more wheat and gold. What I need for this, I need iron. So we need to have another iron. Have some more iron if we can. So like we have... I think we have max units there. Do we have max units? Let's see. 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3. I thought we had a max of 4. Let me check. So it looks like we only have 1 coming out here. We have 2 units. I moved 1 out of the barracks. So we have... Okay, hang on. Wait. Oh, no, I put them in the barracks. So we want those 2 and we want those 2. There we go. That's what I wanted. Now, what's our max capacity? Okay, we are at max capacity. 4 out of 4. Okay, good. That's good to know. And then we can have extras in the barracks. Okay, got it. I'm picking up what the game is putting down. I'm going to put that there, and then I'll put the magic one here. There's probably a more optimal way to do this, but it's fine. We do want to make more units here in a second, so we could make more of these. We do want more wheat, for sure. We could make another archer and get those in the background. I'm going to do this real quick, just gather enough of that. We need gold as well, so I'm going to switch over back to this. And we're going to recruit another archer just because archers are decent. We have our first prophecy, militia camp, wood, and denarii. So let's go and collect all this. All right, new building available. Let's have a prophecy. Choose your fate. I thought this was the duck who was the not cleric. Seer? Seer is probably a better word for it. King, I've been given a prophecy. Here you can determine the next 3 waves of enemies that will attack you. With stronger foes come better rewards, but be wise. Not all treasure is meant to be won. An enemy wave that is too strong could wipe your castle away. Now make your decision so we can continue. Okay, so optional inevitable. Oh boy. Okay, so we could say this is the inevitable. Or we could say optional. I mean, this is what? Goblin Giant, HP 120? I think we could do it. I'll put that as... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so the inevitable we have to put down. Okay. So let's just say inevitable. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, there we go there. We get a prophecy card. We get a spell from it. So let's say gold, and then we'll get a spell. I think we'll be fine with that. Now, what do I want? So we can get construction here. We get a building upgrade. I do like building upgrades. And we're already doing a spell, so don't worry about that. A levy barracks. Not sure what that does for us. We get an artifact. Or we can have a building upgrade. Let's go with the easier building upgrade. And I'm going to put that at wave 2 just so we can prepare a little bit more. And then I think a barracks might increase our amount. So if we can get that upgrade. Oh, no. We already did an upgrade. Let's try the artifact later here. I would do more, but I think that's going to be a little too much. So, all right, let's check out what we got here. So a militia camp recruits militia. So no, not an increase to our barracks. Unfortunately, we are still 2 forward 4. Honestly, can we get rid of these guys? Is that a thing I can do? Can I just delete a building? Spawn troops on the battlefield. Spawn troops to the barracks. Or spawn troops to capacity. I'll do that. Let's just spawn troops to capacity. And then I'm going to get, honestly, some more archers. And then I really want them using militia. So we need wheat and gold. So let's go ahead and let's not make any more archers for right now. Let's just make wheat and gold. And I'm going to put one here, actually. And then we can produce more wheat in the long run that way. So there we go. We are running out of space, though, which I just realized is not great for us. I could have saved this for the magic school, but it's fine. We're not really using it anyway. Destroying buildings. Oh, perfect. If you ever wish to remove a building from your castle, you can enter demolish mode and destroy it. You'll be able to construct it later. Just remember that you spent resources will be lost. Now you've received new troops. A new troops building. We can replace this peasant with stronger troops. You should demolish one of the peasant huts and construct the camp. That's exactly what I wanted. All right, so where is the deconstruct button? I would like to know where that is. Ah, here it is. It's just the minus house button here. So let's go ahead and deconstruct this peasant house up here. Honestly, I'm going to get rid of this one as well. And then we can sell blueprints. A selected blueprint and receive 5 denarii. So I'm going to sell like one of these because, you know, we don't need that many forests. So let's put in a militia camp here. And we could have kept one, but I think that's fine. We need 12 wheat and 15 wood. So now that I know we need wood, so we'll put a wood up there. Then we'll do this little number. I wish I could go long, but it's fine. So we're going to spawn some militia. That way our archers aren't the front and foremost of the fight. So we are gathering a little bit of water as well. We don't need the water, but it's fine. But we can honestly do this little number and get both. That way we can have like troops in the barracks and then we can kind of select what we want. All right, so it looks like we are out of resources. So we need, looks like we need more wheat. So let's go down here and collect more wheat. We'll go ahead and, you know, collect wheat and sell wheat. It looks like we are having some enemies come in. And this is going to be the easy wave that I decided to choose. No, we have the peasants hub, which we don't really want. And I'm actually going to put a wheat here. That way we can collect more wheat without having to sell it. So I'm going to go up here and do that. And check. We have 29 wheat. Troop traits. Sire, most of our troops can recruit, have their own unique traits which affect the battlefield or production in some way. Some troops work exceptionally well, while others, with others. You can view traits that the soldier have by hovering over a building unit and the icon of the barracks. Okay, so militia. Plus 2% if to HP for each militia on the battlefield. Oh. Mega dude. Presses a mega militia after recruiting 4 base troops. Okay, so they eventually get traits like that. So the more militia we have, the more health they have. Interesting. Let's go back here and let's get these guys recruited. I need wood and wheat, which we do have plenty of. The only bad thing is that I'm constantly selling wheat while we're trying to use it to recruit things. So not probably the best option there. We got our denarii, we got our resource. And so we have flour, gold, or wine. I'm going to get gold here because I want to upgrade our thing. And we also have a trader. All right, so this is where we can use our denarii. Looks like the trader's arrived. He sells a variety of items, buildings, spells, resources, and more. I recommend buying one of these artifacts, but the choice is yours. All right, so we have Mage's Robe, every arcane unit on the battlefield, which we don't have. All troops HP increased by 20%, or heals all your troops for 15% of their max HP at the start of each wave. How much denarii do we have? We have 95. I'm going to go with the extra HP. Yep, there we go. All right, good. So we got our extra HP, which is good. We are recruiting more troops. Yeah, I wish I had put these guys a little bit differently. It's fine. We can go ahead and get them recruited. So I'm going to go and get these guys recruited, trying to figure out what we can do here. I don't think I can upgrade this just yet. We need more wheat. So I'm going to see if I can upgrade our gaze. That actually seems like it'd be a decent. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and focus on that. Moving buildings. Sire, planning the layout of your whole castle is a formidable task. If you ever need to move a building somewhere else, you can do so by holding shift and dragging it to a new tile. Move buildings suffer production penalty for some time, except wells. So resort to this only when you must. Interesting. Okay. So where would I want this? What would I want to move? Honestly, I'm not too upset by what we have. These guys are fine. You know, I would like to have these maybe have this near the wheat. Because like both of these use wheat. And we don't always, you know, it's fine right now. We'll decide if we need to move it. The tutorial screams to me like, hey, you haven't moved these yet, then we will definitely do that. And what I want to do, I want to go to the barracks. And I want to take 1 archer back and I want to put 1 militia in. That way we have kind of an even spread there. And then I want to get more militia, just in case, because they do have that trait bonus. Right now, we don't really need the magic school. I think we're a-okay. Right, I'm gonna regret that, so I'm actually gonna put that here. Oh, and it builds up our castle too. Okay, interesting. And we can generate basic spells. Next build cost. Okay, so that's just the build cost for that. All right, so we're full on that. So now we can, I don't know, sell wheat and get some gold. Or, yeah, we need gold, so we'll sell wheat and we'll get our gold back. And then once we have enough wheat, we'll upgrade our view size. So game speed, do you think you need some time to think? Press pause button or space to pause the game. Yep, we already know that. Good. So I'm gonna gather wheat and stuff for a second. We do have the next wave coming up, but I do want to include raise our watch cost here because I think that'll be very beneficial to us. I'm just gonna leave that here for a second. Hopefully this is gonna be enough. It's gonna look pretty close, but I think because of the increased HP we have from the relic, these guys, yeah, we're gonna have a militia die, which is okay. Gaze area upgrade. You have cumulative resources to upgrade the size of your gaze. You'll be able to watch more buildings. So you can get this upgrade whenever you can. Note that each king has their own gaze size for a separate upgraded path. Okay, so let's go upgrade our gaze. And then now we can see 4 tiles, which is awesome. So if you look at the people's morale, different kings have different morale effects. And for you, the damage dealt by all your troops is boosted. There are different ways to increase it, such as producing wine, which we can't do yet. Okay, so this is not looking good. And I don't know if we can get can we deploy our troops? Yeah, we can. So let's deploy a troop. Get our militia out there. Which is good while we have these in the background. So there we go. Denarii 10, resource 45, and then building upgrade. So let's check out what these do. Grapes will be used to make wine. So if we eventually get that, we'll pick that. And then a building upgrade. Okay, so what do we want to do here? Boost production by 25% of our market. Or for, again, our market. Each active market provides 5 morale. Let's boost production. I think that sounds like a good one. So we'll produce a little bit more. All right, so what's our gaze size upgrade now? So we need play, which we don't have. Resource limits. The building is run. This building has almost run out of its resource. When the limit is reached, the building will be destroyed. Oh, okay. Yeah, there it is right there. Those numbers that are on the wheels. Okay, so we have to be careful with our limits. Did not expect that. All right, so that's fine. We'll put our gaze up here. And honestly, I'm going to move these wells. Move those here. We're going to move those here. So we're going to have a production detriment here. It doesn't say how long, I think, but you can see that they're running a lot slower, but at least we can upgrade our militia camp here. I honestly might want to move these here just so we're producing at the same time because they use wood. I think I might move them so we're producing units all at the same time. I don't know. We could always go down to the wheat and do that, but we'll kind of let things roll. We're about to have our next wave, and we really probably should have more units, which we have. Everyone's actually, we're good on units, so we have our spells. You know, I can just go and throw down some fire there, just burn those guys right there. And the king gets mad. I like it. I like how expressive some of the UI is. UI is very, very pleasing to the eye. So it is a kind of a slugfest at the moment. So we did lose a unit. Let's go ahead and move one back out. Okay, there's another militia down. We're producing another one. Oh boy. Oh boy. I may have bit off more than I could chew here. Okay, let's go ahead and deploy some more archers. We are out of units. Oh no. Okay, let's put that there. We did produce another militia. He's there. Oh no. Oh, and these spells are one-time use. That's why you want this. Ah, I have learned that we need to use this to make more spells. Okay. Are we going to be able to beat this? The answer is, I think so. We did get rid of some of the archers. The only bad thing was just a wave of archers that were destroying us, which, you know, was really quickly. But yeah, tutorial complete. Looks like that was the last of them. Great job. The scouts are reporting that many more are coming. The true test of the kingdom lies ahead. But for now, take this. You've earned it. We got 5 green eye sigils. See if you can purchase or upgrade something in your kingdom. All right, so this is going to be the roguelike of the game, where we come out of here and we go ahead and see what we can do here. So we can upgrade this. We built our church. Let's see what we have. I like the eyeball. That's the watch. So we have tile seal. We don't have any upgrades at the moment. Yeah, we have nothing, but we can see at least what these do for us. Also, what is it? Oh, we have different ones. Oh, and these are different kings. King Brazinus, unlock a new playable king. So different kings here. King's Quest unlocks your first quest. We have a new advisor, Ether. Oh, cool. Okay, so we can get different advisors. And each advisor does different things for us. The twins. At the start of the run, you'll obtain a basic construction building. It requires the council building. Oh, game's got some cool meta progression here. Receive 31 at the start of the run. Tile seal. At the start of the run, you receive a tile enchanter, a building that can place a seal of production on a tile. Cool, man. I don't think we can do anything with that yet. Let's just go ahead and check here. So we have our preparation again. We have King Baldwin if we really, really want to. I think we only have one king to go with, and we also have the village. So let's see here. Request, raise militia, extra loot, lumber mills. Yeah, we can see here are different ones. So we can see, like, you know, the way they have different abilities and traits. So like boost production, raise militia, request tribute. The raise militia summons 3 peasants. Okay, I don't think we have that ability. But yeah, each one has their different abilities and stuff like that. And there's, it looks like 7 of them for you to play. So yeah, there we go. We can play the tutorial again, but I don't really think that is necessary. I'm going to play as King Baldwin again, and we're just going to go ahead and try the village level. We can see easy mode. All buildings and units are 30% cheaper units, deal 50% more damage to enemies, locked away, 1 boss fewer than usual, attack your castle, and challenge is disabled. No challenges except the royal masteries can be completed. All right, so let's just go ahead and hit play here. Go ahead and get the seal there. I like that. The animations are very, 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 very nice. All right, touch the ball to reveal your fate. Okay, Margra, Goblin's war lady. If you thought Gorzog was trouble, meet his better and far more terrifying half, Margra. Every bit of warlord her husband is, Margra has twice the brains and half the patience. Remember, say Gorzog's impressive size is largely due to stress eating, probably by her fiery temper through no goblin dares say it aloud. Oh boy. The dialogue's gonna be good, isn't it? Margaret plans the battles with ruthless efficiency, or plans battles with ruthless efficiency. Usually while berating her husband for overlooking crucial details, her iron flail swings relentlessly, matching her brutally sharp tongue. Legend says she once frightened off a battalion by loudly criticizing their armor. Don't underestimate her Okay, words are hard. We're good. Don't underestimate her after all. She survived being married to Gorzog. The boss decided not to activate this mod for now. Okay, so there's modifiers. So we actually see we can see Margaret over here. We have an unknown boss. The boss will be revealed when the previous one is defeated. And then we have, of course, looks like we have, I guess that's the symbol of the scenario. Anyway, all right, so let's go and see what we can do. We can get some wells. I'm going to put wells against the far corner here, and then we're just going to put it there. And we're just going to put all 3 down. Because we know we can destroy it, we might as well go and get plenty of water production. We do have a research table. Produces blueprints for buildings, so we can get more blueprints here. And we also want to get small peasants hut as soon as possible, just so we're not going, you know, to die. But we also need wheat production for that. So let's go ahead and get some water gathered up, build our wheat fields. And I'm going to build our wheat fields kind of, I would say, honestly, I probably should have moved it here. I'm going to go ahead and get a production bonus from that because that was a mistake on my end. It'll be fine. It will put us behind ever so slightly, but we're going to go to that and then rotate and do that number. There we go. All right, so the production bonus is gone. And now we want to make sure we get enough for the peasant's hut because we desperately need it. And we need wood for that. So let's go ahead and get more. And we want to get some more water. We'll put the forest down here. And I'll get all 3 resources here. That way we're gathering them all because we need wood and we need water. We just need 10 wood. So then we will go ahead and move this over here. Gather more water. And then we can get our peasant's hut. So let's put our peasant's hut down. What do we need for it? We need wheat, which we do have wheat. So let's go ahead and move that there. We'll gather some wheat and water at the same time. That way we're kind of having a net positive. Or not net positive, but at least we're kind of buffering the amount of wheat going out. For actually, no, this is still gathering wheat faster than this can consume the wheat. So yeah, it's actually good across the board. And we're probably going to want 1 more. Ooh, we also have a limit of 5, which is nice. We're probably going to want 1 more peasant hut. So what do we need for that? We need some more wood. We'll move that up here. And I'm going to go ahead and place this here so we can do that number and gather more wood and get another peasant hut as soon as possible. We're going to need more water because we just built that. And we'll move that there. And now we will be able to build another small peasant's hut. I'm going to build that there. That way we gather wheat and also produce the peasants. So once we produce peasants, we'll come up to, hopefully we'll have enough for this next encounter. We're going to produce 2 peasants here. We have a max of 4, so we have 4 peasants. They should be able to handle that just fine. Now then, we do want to market as soon as possible, so let's go ahead and go over here to the wood. Gather some wheat as well that we can sell. We'll also do the research table so we can get more blueprints, because I'm assuming we're going to want that to kind of boost our or kind of get our production tiers, our building tiers up. Levy barracks, so we have denarii. We have a levy barracks here. So we have a peasant's hut, a bone pit, or a madhouse. Recruits madmen that use hit and run tactics and poison enemies. We don't have the clay for that, but that's funny. I like that. Spawn small skeletons. Oh, okay. That could be interesting. A peasant's hut. So recruits weak peasants. I think we already have those, don't we? I don't think we need the peasant's hut, so I'm going to go with the bone pit. I think that's the same peasant huts that we have. We have basic production. So we have a big well, produces more water. Ooh, but a clay mine. Okay, there's our clay. Oh, what do we want here? I'm gonna go with the clay mine because we actually had some clay things up here. So let's go and pick that. Then pick a prophecy. So we have to pick with these. We have Denari. We have, what is this? Basic production. So let's go and pick a basic production. Let's put that first. Let's get resource here. And we'll get Denari here because I don't think we have a merchant coming up anytime soon. Do we want to try a difficult one? Prophecy card. I don't think so. I think we're going to put ourselves behind if we do that. I'm comfortable doing a medium one, probably here. But otherwise, we'll try this. It's just some bandits, so we'll see if we can handle that. No, actually, no, we just have peasants right now. We don't have enough. All right, the Cursed Crown. During a routine inspection of your treasury, your attendants stumble upon a dramatic crown that looks like it was designed for an edgy jeweler going for a rebellious phase. Your court mage beams, Your Majesty. The crown of Veldrath grants unmatched power and mild insanity, but think of the possibilities. Destroy this fashion disaster. Choose, let's see, destroy the fashion disaster. Reward building upgrade times 2, 50%. You receive nothing, 50%. Okay. Receive troops. And I don't know what troops those are technically. Empower your madhouse or wear it. Superstitions be damned. Receive permanent morale, 7. I'm gonna do that. Bravely dismissing all warnings, you place a sinister crown atop your royal head. Immediately you feel invigorated with incredible power. Perhaps a mild, delightful lunacy. Your courtiers notice how you now laugh at slight inappropriate times, but nobody dares question your brilliant and occasional erratic leadership. Hey, but we have better morale now, so I do wish it kind of replaced his helmet there. That'd be good. All right, so let's put the bone pit next to the peasants. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. And then I also want to build this, so we need 105 water. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of build up a lot of water here. I don't know how good the Skelly Bros are. Let's see here. HP 45. How much HP do you guys have? 35. You're actually better than our peasants. You're undead. Unit trait. To damage dealt and HP of undead troops for each small bones on the battlefield. Okay, so yeah, we definitely want to group those together. And then I want to get a research table here as soon as I can because it's a new building that I want to try. I'm going to put that there. And then we can basic production. So we want to produce basic production tiles of things. So we can say, hey, you know, I want to click wheat and all that. What do we need for this? Just water for those guys? Okay. So we could do that. That takes a long time though. And I don't know if we want better units. So I want to go and get these skeletons up and running. And we'll put like maybe a clay pit here. I may want to move these away because they're not going to be doing anything. We're probably going to destroy them eventually though. So, you know, we're going to worry about it right now. I do want to have something here though. We're not producing a lot of wood, so I'm going to put wood here for right now. And we'll destroy it if we need to. So going to get a bone pit going. And then honestly, I probably could have saved the clay pit and gathered clay there. And I'm almost tempted to destroy a peasant hut, to be honest with you. The peasants are fine right now. We do have the skeletons. I'm almost... I mean, granted, we just have a bunch of peasants die, so that's fine. Basic production building. Big well. Great bushes. Ooh, okay. I kind of want a big well because of the skeletons, because we're going to need more water. But we do know great bushes are important for making wine and our morale. We can see our morale face down there is pretty happy. I'm going to go with big well, and then we're going to delete a well. So I'm going to say delete that. And then we're going to put a big well down. So that produces 2 water now. Very good. And we can see that it does have a limit, though. It does have a limit of 200, so we have to be careful with that. Do I want to get rid of one of these? I kind of do. Granted, I want to produce these guys at the same time, so I'm going to leave it as is for now. I'm going to put a clay pit. I don't like the way I've kind of set things up here. I want to put it there. I'm going to put it here for right now, and then we'll figure out if we need to move things later. The detriment for not being able for moving your buildings is not as big as I thought it was. But it looks like we are maxed out on units here, and looks like we could, you know, hey, I want to put a peasant out and put another skeleton in. Oh no, I can't, because we're not producing another skeleton. Why are we not producing another skeleton? We should be able to. We have the water for it. We have 13 water. Takes 9 water. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure why we're not producing a skeleton here. Is it because we do have a max of 3? No, we have... Interesting. Why? Oh, wait. Okay, so the unit limit is still 5 out of 5. We can't just put them in here. Okay, noted. So we would have to get rid of a peasant. Can I... Is that a thing I can do? Dismiss unit. There we go. Okay. So I want to dismiss that unit, and I want to summon a skeleton. Yeah, honestly, I think we get rid of one of these. And I'm going to put the market here. That way it's near our gold as well. And then we're going to say trade for wheat. So we can produce a skeleton. We have our skeletons, because the more skeletons we have, the better they do. So we'll do that little number. Okay. So I'm going to gather resources, and then I think we're going to go for the current gaze size next. So we need wheat and gold. So I'm going to work on that for a little bit. Okay, so we got up to our gaze size, and we also were able to clean out a wave just fine. And now the next gaze size upgrade is going to be the 80 clay, which is why we have the clay pit. But now we can see that we have all of this working, which is awesome. And what I'm going to maybe do is I'm going to move my research table here, because I think I want wheat. So if we want to upgrade this, we need wheat, gold. So what's going to be... I might move this here. It's going to be a detriment, but it gives us everything that we need to work on our gaze size. Now, the problem is that we also need more skeletons. So I'm going to move this down here. We do need more gold, so I'm going to let that consume. We're going to be running out of wheat. That's fine. Honestly, I'm going to dismiss a peasant, I think, and have more skeletons. Maybe. Oh, are we out of water? We're out of water. Oh, boy. All right, hang on. Let's go up here. Let's get some water. We want to get our skeletons up. That water is going up quickly. Put that on here. And yeah, I think we could destroy some of these. Noble's Palace. The style is occupied lazy nobles. You can drive them away by purchasing upgrades in the upgrade tree. Okay, sure. I like that. So we popped in another skeleton, which is good. We're still only working with peasants, but I'm going to move this up here so we can get our gaze size up. And then we can see that it is producing just fine. It seems like the speed kind of slows down when you're doing the battles. I'm hoping this is going to be enough for us to deal with. I think it should be. I'm kind of terrified of these guys, but granted, these guys just kind of ignore our units. And I'm going to go back down here and produce these guys down here, because we do have the resources for it. And I'm perfectly fine being capped on 2 peasants, because I want more skeletons. They're weaker, but it should be fine. They're doing a good bit of damage, and we have this guy show up, and then, yeah, they should be doing even more. So perfect. Get an artifact. So we get receive 250 upon picking this artifact, or receive a firework spell every 3 waves. Do that one. That's kind of neat. So we still need clay, we need more gold, and we need more wheat. I'm going to go through that, put that there, kind of let it do its thing. We can see that we are about to run out of a field here, so I'm going to move that up here. They gather that. That's going to be gone. Perfect. Put that there. Good. And then we'll just kind of keep doing that. I'm going to stop from the gold production for just a second. And then we also can increase our limit for gold. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to go down here. We need better units. That's one thing for sure. Because I was not expecting our units to upgrade. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there. Ooh, but that's the bad thing. Each of these buildings has a unit, like a limit. So we really need our peasant building back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that here. And I'm going to put this guy here. And we're going to try to get more peasants. Because honestly, we kind of need them. Not for this fight in particular. We just remember to keep our wheat and water up. So we have a trader and we have a denarii. Let's take a look at our trader here. We can get a fuel pump. I don't think that's something that we need. A militia camp would be incredibly helpful. A madman. I don't know if we want to go madman. Worship sanctuary. We don't have any black sheep to do, so let's not worry about that. I think probably the militia camp, to be honest. Unless there's a really good artifact here. I don't think we need to do that. All buildings work 5% faster. That could be decent. Receive 1,000 water. Wow. I don't know if we need that per se, but each active market provides 5 morale, faster trading. So boost production by 25%. Ooh, that's good. Oh, no, that's just the market upgrade. Okay. So they're like building upgrades. Troop training, receive as a pending reward. I think I'm gonna go. We have clay now. We could go madmen. Morale for each 3-6. Okay. I think we're gonna go militia. I'm gonna go militia. We're gonna pick the militia up. We have 50 extra that we can work with. I think I might save it. Gold mine, we're not really using that. We don't have the building for this yet. Evasion. So these are spells we can buy. Boost production by 25%. Each active market. Yeah, let's do the morale. Let's click the morale here. Let's take that. All right, there we go. All right, so our skeletons are doing pretty good. Now that we have the militia, we can go ahead and get rid of this building here. Honestly, well, no, we have a pretty good limit now. So I might hold on for that. And I'm gonna have to figure out where to move some things. So like I want that there. And I think I want the militia there when we can move it. So we're gonna need wood and wheat. So okay, we're focused on too many things. So we need wheat and clay. So let's not worry about our gauge size right now. Let's go ahead and collect what we can here. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to collect all this because I want to get the militia. We're going to need 84 wood. We're going to get there, but it's going to take some time. Once we have the 84 wood, we can build this, and then we need wood to make the militia. We'll have that. I'm going to place that down. We're going to leave this here for a second. We are at a wheat field here, so let's go and put that down. And then do we have enough to make some militia here? We have 8 and 10. Yeah, we do have plenty, so let's go down here. Like clay, we're going to sell some of that as well. We are maxed out on all of our units across the board, except for these guys. Now let's go ahead and kind of plan out here. We do have 1 militia. We have 4 peasants. And we can't make any more. So what I want to do is get rid of my peasants at this point, and we want more militia. So we're going to want to go ahead and delete this building. I'm going to say, let's not go too crazy yet, because we need to get through this wave first. So after this wave is done, we'll kind of worry about that, and then move our units around. Next to focus on is current gaze. So we need clay and we need wheat. So I'm going to move that here. And I think I might stop trading for a second, because I think we're A-okay on that. Because like if we're looking at that, we have plenty of gold to go. Let's just go ahead and focus on getting the wheat and clay, because we're going to need plenty of clay, which we're almost completed with that. So once we get the wheat, we're got to upgrade. All right, so claim rewards, and we did good on the medium size. Good. So we have levy barracks, another militia camp, or an archery, or a bone pit. I kind of like the skeletons. We need more wood, but I do like the skeletons. Oh boy, decisions. The archery is really good too. If we have like multiple archers, I'm gonna go. We don't have iron though. I'm gonna go with the second militia camp, I think. Yeah, let's go with second militia camp. Base production, big well, small wheat field. Okay, clay mine, another one. We're not focusing on skeletons as much. I'm gonna go with the small wheat field. Basic production, great bushes, clay mine, iron mine. Let's go with iron mine, because just in case we get the archers again. Indestructible shield, gain 10% chance that your units will completely block damage. Damage dealt spells by 75%. Spell weaver's book. Do the completely block damage. Basic construction. New building available in the encyclopedia, and finally a prophecy. All right, so we have the prophecy card. We have the let's see, basic production. Let's go ahead and get that basic production. Let's get some Denari, and then let's get a barracks. Let's do kind of a mix of all of those. I want an artifact. Artifacts are good. Honestly, I think we can handle the next wave. Troop training. Established production. Goblin, Shaman, and Lightning Mage. I don't know if we can handle that, to be honest. I'm going to go with another Relic. And I'll kind of space it out between waves, I think. And we'll just put that here, because honestly, Wallbusters don't seem too bad. We can handle them. They are ignore units. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a reference. I love that. Okay, anyway. Freezing Forest. Your Kingdom Lumberjacks farm for the resilience have braved every winter until now. The winter's unprecedented cold has claimed many later found as a lumberjack flavored popsicles. The survivors now demand health insurance, reasonable hours, and even something other than grog to fight the cold. How will your grace handle this audacity? Or handle their audacity? Receive spell deforestation, improve their quarters. That's a spell, deforestation, okay. Allow more rest time by introducing shifts. Receive building sawmill. Ooh, okay, so that increase our wood production. Receive troops, receive resources. Dispatch soldiers to motivate them. No, I don't think we'll do that. Let's look at the sawmill. You establish shifts, giving lumberjacks some much needed rest. Morale improves noticeably, but your advisors are baffled by sudden increase in lumberjack-themed poetry readings and knitting clubs during downtime. They even come up with an idea of how to expand your kingdom lumber production and propose a new felling zone. Receive building sawmill. All right, very good. All right, so we're going to go move into this. Let's see, we do have the sawmill, so we can actually get better lumber production if we really wanted to. But guys, unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to call it here. I do have to run, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. If you did, please let me know down below. Like I said, I want to try to, if you've missed our kind of announcements, I do have a poll going on the community page of YouTube, and then I also have a poll in our Discord on things you might want to see. Do you want to see more indie games? Do you want to see more bigger title games like Donkey Kong or something like that? I thought about playing Donkey Kong on the channel, or a mix of both, which I seems like for so far on the votes, it seems like a mix of both, but you guys let me know. I would love to hear your feedback. I always love to get your feedback on the channel so I can improve it for you. But otherwise, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you, as always, for spending some of your time here, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.